I'm CEO Foxtrot, and I'm about to show you 9 things players should do in the trader role in Red Dead Online. So let's get right into it. The first thing I recommend is to set your camp location to Rio Bravo in New Austin for a few reasons. The number one reason is that there aren't very many trees in Rio Bravo, which gives you great visibility of animals in a distance and when they're on the run. Second, there aren't any huge animals whose pelts take up the entire back of your horse. And lastly, there aren't any major cities or towns around Rio Bravo, which means there aren't very many griefers around to try to jack your loads. I always say this, you want to check your camp lockbox occasionally when hunting to prevent your ammo from running low, especially for the varmint rifle since it doesn't carry any backup ammo. And as many of you know, you will run out. The only 3 things that you really need for hunting is a bolt action rifle, a varmint rifle, and a lasso. And if you have your own personal favorite weapon, that'll work too. This section is called a take a breath shot, because if you notice the aiming dot, which is your target, you'll also notice a little circle called a reticle that quickly closes in on a dot every time you aim at your target. I did this scene at night so you could see it a little better. The reticle closing is like taking a quick breath when aiming to improve your shot accuracy a little more. So don't just aim and pull the trigger at the exact same time. Wait a split second every time before pulling the trigger for better accuracy when hunting. Now I'm going to show you a hunting technique that I like to call campsite carcass hunting, where you retrieve carcasses very close to camp that you continue to provide to crypts. And as I usually do, I'll try to edit this section quick so you don't get bored with my hunting. So first, let's check Crypt's typical status. We see here he's half full with materials, with half materials completed. And keep in mind that I own the large delivery wagon, so it takes 1 full upper materials bar to fill half of the lower materials bar. Now how the campsite carcass hunting method works is that I'll only hunt animals which are pretty much within view of camp or slightly further. I want to fill my horse with full carcasses as soon as I can. Of course I prefer to have 2 and 3 star carcasses, but I will take a 1-star carcass back to crypts just because he's so close by. Now the 5 main carcasses that you're on the lookout for in Rio Bravo is pronghorn, ram, eagles, condors, and vultures. And here I already have a pronghorn and a condor. And you'll notice here that I'm still very close to camp. So here we got a ram, which I wounded because I probably didn't take a breath. I'll grab my lasso, and now I'll take what I got back to camp. Now you're probably asking yourself, why is he taking these couple of carcasses back to camp so quick? Well, to basically show you how this will work. But the actual reason why is because it seems like every time you drop animals off to crypts, it respawns animals right outside of camp again. Usually you scare animals off and you'd have to find another location to hunt. So let's drop these off and I'll show you that that's not the case.
Excellent. Thank you.
Now I delivered only 3 carcasses to crypts just to give you an idea of what's going on. But let's see if we could do a little better this time. Immediately after leaving camp, I got a peccary. I'll grab the skin for that. And then I see this small herd of pronghorn. And I'm still only a few hundred yards from camp. I'll grab this pronghorn skin. And as I get to the second pronghorn, I see this California condor. I take him out. Go back for the pronghorn carcass. Then I see a turkey vulture at the 3rd pronghorn. So I grab the California condor carcass that I shot a minute ago and attach it to my horse. Then I'll go over here and grab the turkey vulture carcass that I shot a second ago and attach him to my horse. And with the throw of the lasso, we'll get this last carcass and we'll head back to camp. Easy peasy. So again, we'll drop these carcasses off at crypts to respawn animals just outside of camp again.
Stocks are looking good. Beautiful.
So this time you could see the materials meter really popping up now.
This is good quality. I'll take whatever I can get.
And remember that it didn't take that long for us to get these few carcasses. Now you can also see that production halted because we're out of supplies. And since I don't own dozens of high-priced horses, guns, and outfits, I can definitely afford to pay for supplies. And before we're even out of camp, we see a gray fox. Grab that skin. We got a California condor. And we're still not too far from camp. Store the condor carcass. We got a ram carcass. Got a bunch of wild turkeys, which could also be some carcasses. But I'll skin these ones. Grabbed a pronghorn skin. And we'll lasso this pronghorn back to camp because I'm starting to hear some hostile gunfire around here.
Both born to be entrepreneurs. The way things have been going.
Alright, let's drop this batch off to crypts.
That's top notch.
Alright, looks like we got the materials bar up there, but crypt still has a little bit more work to do. Now I'm not a big fan for doing these videos in the rain, so I'm going to edit the storm out of this video while I go relax in my tent. Alright, here we go. Right off the back we got a California condor. Store that carcass. Wow, we got a good sized herd of pronghorn. Let me try to get them all. Store this pronghorn carcass. Grab the other skins. Again, not too far away from camp. Lasso the last pronghorn, and we're headed back to camp. Oh, look at this. A 3-star golden eagle. Attach the carcass to the horse. Grab the pronghorn that I dragged with the lasso.
Supplies are looking healthy right now.
And you can see that Cripps is finished with his materials, and a $500 delivery order is ready.
This is good quality.
I personally choose to fully fill the materials bar before starting the delivery, so I don't have to worry about hunting for a while after the delivery has been made.
Okay, this'll have to do.
Now, like the rain, I don't like doing my videos at night, so I'll rest here till morning to show you the next section, which will be rerouting the designated delivery route. Alright, let's get this delivery started. I always choose the local deliveries because it's the closest and the safest.
Quite the couple, don't we?
Now, me being past rank 90, I use explosive round ammo for one-shot griefer kills. So you can see on the map that today's delivery is going to Armadillo, but the designated route seems to be taking us 3 times further than we need to go. So I'm going to set a waypoint for a more direct route. And you can see here where I'm leaving the route, but the suggested route quickly picks up that route. And this is probably why it wasn't recommended. Now, of course, we're really making good time now, and we're actually almost at Armadillo. Alright, we made it. But it looks like we have some hostile enemies preventing the delivery from being accepted. Let me give these guys a hand. Let me see. Headshot. 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 And headshot. Uh-oh. Whew. And there was one more. There he is. And sorry about this rain, guys. So we got 2,000 XP and 500 bucks. Now, if campsite carcass hunting isn't for you, there are two great hunting areas near Rio Bravo in New Austin that I highly recommend simply because you'll always be hunting animals in cougar spawn hotspots. To try it out, put a mark just over the O in Chala Springs on the map, which is a strong cougar spawn location. Then, put another marker just below Rathskeller Fork on the map, which is a known wolf location. Then place a third marker just above the word Ridge and Gaptooth Ridge on the map, which is another cougar spawn location. Just travel back and forth from marker to marker to allow animals to respawn in each marker location while hunting everything that you see. And don't come to these locations just to hunt cougars, but rather hunt everything in these locations and you'll always be in cougar territory. And when you get your hands on a cougar, you could sell it to the nearby tumbleweed butcher, or you can fast travel back to camp for $1 and hand the cougar off to Crips. The second hunting location that I recommend is just south of Benedict Point, which is also a cougar spawn hotspot. And again, don't just come here for the cougar. Just hunt all animals along the ridge in this area, including the Plainview Rock, where you'll always have a possible cougar encounter. And again, if you do get a cougar, camp is always nearby to hand the cougar carcass off to Crips. And remember, you can always fast travel from camp to Tumbleweed to access the Chala Springs hunting location for just $1. Now, just like campsite carcass hunting, the 5 main animals that you want to look out for are ram, pronghorn, eagles, condors, and vultures. And of course, the almighty cougar, which this one is at Benedict Point marker on the map. And this cougar, which is at Chala Springs marker on the map. And of course, the terrorizing wolf pack, near the Rathskeller Fork middle marker. Now this section is a great tip for you hunting wagon owners. You could use this method across the entire map, but it's especially good for hunting in the Rio Bravo, New Austin area. This is going to allow you to easily store high quality carcasses on your hunting wagon every time while on the go. The hunting wagon is limited to 5 large carcasses at a time, but it's really going to be a nice boost to Crips' materials bar when you drop them off a full wagon. It's kind of like having high quality carcasses in the bank, which I like to use for Crips when I'm not necessarily hunting in the game. Now some players do use the actual hunting wagon while hunting, but I just found this method to be much more easier. So again, always call your hunting wagon for a 2 or 3 star cougar, a 3-star ram, and a 3-star pronghorn. Immediately dismiss your hunting wagon. Call your horse. And get yourself in the habit of rinsing and repeating this process with the 2 and 3 star carcasses that I mentioned. I'm not going to take you on another delivery, but I just want to show you that while I'm filming the scenes for this video, Crips already has another $500 delivery ready, and I still have a full wagon of high quality carcasses ready to resupply Crips materials. This is how I personally run the trader role. This last section will be a quick bonus for those of you who stuck around to the end of this video. Those of you who know my gameplay style know that I love to roleplay this game. Well, there's a really nice little house near the Chala Springs hunting location where you could rest or sit out nights in bad weather while you're out here hunting away from camp. It's a really nice and really clean little house that has a cozy fireplace and a stew dinner set for 2. And it's really cool looking at night. This house is called Silent Stand, and you can see that it's located just west of the Chala Springs hunting ground, so it's definitely a great place to check out. It's just too bad that the stuff in these houses aren't a little more interactive for players who like to roleplay these really cool locations. Before I close this video out, it's extremely important that I mention that the video you're watching right now will be the official video that gets my channel monetized on YouTube with 1,000 subscribers in 4,000 hours. And I just want to give a big special thanks to my first 1,000 subscribers as being the solid foundation for building my channel. You guys can check out this video, Popular Red Dead Online YouTubers, which is about my channel when I only had 71 subscribers 3 months ago, which I'll leave in the description below. So I'd like to give special shoutouts to these subscribers who gave my channel some extra love and support in the comments during our journey to 1,000 subscribers. And thank you all for the tremendous support. At the moment of me putting this to video, the CEOFoxtrot channel currently has 968 subscribers and it's already reached 4,000 hours. So thank you again and I appreciate you all.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.